Top performances at the 2019 World Athletics Championships. Number 7. Stephen Gardiner, Bahamas, men's 400 metres. 24-year-old Stephen Gardiner from the Bahamas has shown consistent progression in the 400 metres over the last 4 seasons. In 2017, he won the silver medal at the London World Championships. He also improved to be one of only 18 men in history to run under 44 seconds for 400 metres, having first achieved the feat in 2017 and then twice in 2018. However, in his second World Championships, Gardiner would produce such an outstanding performance, the absence of former greats and favourites such as Wade van Niekerk and LaShawn Merritt were quickly forgotten. Gardiner's finishing time of 43.48 seconds places him as the 6th fastest man of all time and the joint 8th best run in history. It was also a national record. His winning margin of 0.67 seconds equates to 6 metres. Number 6. Donovan Brazier USA, men's 800 metres. After years of promise, 22-year-old Donovan Brazier finally put together the perfect season. Having broken the indoor world record in the 600 metres, his early outdoor season began modestly with a third-place finish in the Diamond League opener in Doha. This would be his only defeat all season. Signs that he was peaking in his performance came when he ran an outstanding 1:42.70 in beating Botswana's Nigel Amos in the Zurich Diamond League final. As Amos withdrew from the World Championships due to injury, Brazier's path to the world title was made just a little easier. However, this did not mute his performance, and on the day, Brazier produced one of the standout performances of the championships, winning in a time of 1:42.34, a new championship record and a new US record, beating Johnny Gray's long-standing record of 1:42.60. This performance is the joint 29th fastest performance of all time, making Brazier the joint 9th fastest 800 metre runner of all time. Number 5. Dalilah Muhammad USA, women's 400 metres hurdles. Dalilah Muhammad has had an incredible season. The Olympic champion had broken the 16-year-old world record in the 400 metres hurdles at the US trials with a time of 52.20 seconds. However, coming into the championships, she had a strong rival in the US team's poster girl, 20-year-old Sydney McLaughlin, who was also running great times on the circuit and beat Muhammad comprehensively in the Zurich Diamond League final. In the World Championships final, Muhammad had recovered sufficiently from her season fatigue and put in an outstanding performance, beating McLaughlin and breaking her own world record for the second time in the same season with a time of 52.16 seconds. Number 4. Katarina Thompson, Great Britain, the women's heptathlon. After years of failure at the top level and being in the shadows of fellow Briton Jessica Ennis-Hill and rival Nafissatou Thiam of Belgium, Katarina Thompson finally emerged to claim her first outdoor major title, beating Thiam in the process. Not only was Thompson's victory outstanding in the way it was achieved, with 4 personal bests and the other 3 event performances all being very close to her best, but this overall performance of 6,981 points catapulted her to 6th best performance ever and was a British record, surpassing Ennis-Hill's previous mark. Number 3. Sifan Hassan, Netherlands, 1,500 metres and 10,000 metres. Sifan Hassan had an incredible season. With great performances throughout on the Diamond League, Sifan Hassan ran an outstanding world record in the mile off a negative split. This made her one to watch when it came to the World Championships, and she did not disappoint, choosing to do a unique double of 10,000 metres and 1,500 metres. With the 10,000 metres being the first event for her, many thought this would hurt her chances in the 1,500 metres, her stronger event specialism, and if that happened, she could come away from the championships without a gold medal. How wrong could we be? Not only did she comfortably win the 10,000 metres with an outstanding finish, but she came to the 1500 metres with such determination that she took the race out and completely redefined women's middle distance championship running. Hassan's 3 minutes 51.95 time was the 6th fastest in history, a championship record, an area record and a national record, with all the following finishers producing outstanding times, littered with records. It was the fastest women's 1500 metres championship race ever. Whilst it is officially the 6th fastest time and athlete performance in history, it should be noted that the 4 times above Hassan are all Chinese athletes who, in the 1990s, were most likely on state-sponsored doping programs. This means this is probably the 2nd fastest 1500 metres run in history. Number 2, Salwa Eid Bahrain, women's 400 metres. Salwa Eid performance at the World Championships was incredible, but it was no fluke. Eid performances on the Diamond League were clearly indicating something special was due from her. Still at just 21 years of age, Salwa Eid progress has been phenomenal. Throughout the junior ranks, she's won almost everything, and when at the age of 19 she ran in the 2017 World Athletics Championships, she surprisingly came through to take the silver medal. This firmly placed her in the top tier of the women's 400 metres elite athletes to watch. Coming into the 2019 World Championships, Eid faced the Olympic champion, the formidable Shawnee Miller-Weibo from the Bahamas, who had opted to run in only the 400 metres, her specialist event. When it came to the final, no one was betting on Eid and all eyes were on Miller-Weibo. However, as the race unfolded, Eid far outperformed Miller-Weibo, with her third 100 metres giving her a 5 metre lead coming into the home straight, which Miller-Weibo cut down to 1.5 metres at the finish, but which was not enough. The performance from both athletes was outstanding, with Eid winning time of 48.14 seconds being the 3rd fastest performance in history, and Miller-Weibo's 48.37 seconds making her the 6th fastest woman in history. However, if we look closely at the athletes ahead of Eid we see that they were athletes known to or strongly suspected of being part of state-sponsored doping programs. What we have seen in Eid performance is in all probability the true women's 400 metres world record. However, officially it'll only count as an area record and a national record. And at number 1, Dina Asher-Smith, Great Britain, women's 100 metres and women's 200 metres. Dina Asher-Smith's World Championship performances were exceptional. She was the only athlete to come away from this championships with a collection of 3 medals, one of which was gold and the other 2 were silver. Indeed, her performances at the championships were grossly underestimated. Going into the championships, Asher-Smith's performances on the Diamond League circuit were consistent and of a very high standard. In every 100 metres race she ran, she performed to a sub 11 second standard. In the final of the women's 100 metres, Asher-Smith lost out only to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, who won by running the 12th fastest performance in history. Asher-Smith's time of 10.83 seconds was a British record, making her the joint 30th fastest woman in history. In the 200 metres, Asher-Smith was outstanding. Whilst the field of notable challengers were depleted, with Olympic champion Elaine Thompson of Jamaica dropping out, and the season's top 200 metre performer Shawnee Miller-Weibo opting for the 400 metres only, Asher-Smith ran all out to produce a win with a huge 3 metre margin over the next placed athlete, Brittany Brown of the United States, who was over a third of a second behind. Asher-Smith's outstanding time of 21.88 seconds was yet another national record and elevates her to the ranking of 22nd fastest woman ever. In the 4x100 metres relay, the Great Britain team also won the silver silver medal, giving Asher Smith her third piece of metal. Having broken her own British records for the 100 metres and 200 metres in successive seasons, and now claimed her first major honours, 24-year-old Dina Asher Smith will be an exciting prospect for the Tokyo Olympics.